Okay, let's continue with learning these properties and let's try to do some validation. The current output you see, if I click in the text box, I get to see all these ng model as an object and all these values. I can get the control instance if I say iname dot control. If I save it and I do a click over here, you see form control, I got this instance. Now in form control, if I say dot valid, one of the property, and I save it, you see the initial value of valid is true because it's a valid text box now. But I can do a change, like if I make it required and save it, now a value in this text box is mandatory, and if I do not provide any such and click on it, you see false. And again if I type something and click on it, now you see it's true. So using this property, what I'll do is I'll have a variable show or a property show of type boolean, and in here I'll say this dot show equal to iname dot control dot valid, and again this all should happen when I click on it. Let's see how this works. No change actually, and here I'll have a div wherein I say please fill the text box, and I'll pass or I'll have a condition ng if equal to show. Now if show is true, now it's false, so what I'll do is I'll do the opposite over here and save this. Please fill the text box, false, and I remain with that. But if I type on it and click, it's gone. But there is a better way of doing all this, because you see this comes at the initial stage. I did not even try to escape filling this text box, but it says please fill the text box, which is not that good. But here we'll end up this session by making this the bootstrap div. Bootstrap provides us certain classes like bootstrap, danger, or let us use alerts. Bootstrap for alerts, and if you see, these are the alerts we can use. Div class equal to alert, alert success. Likewise we can use danger. So for this I say div class equal to alert, alert, danger. Save this. You see, please fill the text box. Here I wrote the click event, which is not the correct way of handling the validation. We could able to do some validations, but it's not working well. Let's try to fix this in this session. And also, rather than having a TypeScript property being applied over here, you can directly have something like the iname, and you can say dot the property you want to see, like valid, and we are using the not, and I won't be using any of these now. Show, I'm not using show at all, show property. I say save all. Now if I come in over here, it's the same thing. but again we not doing a proper validation, because on the page reload initially we see this one, which is not that good because customer or the client didn't do any action at all, but still we are saying please fill the text box. Now to fix this, we can say, by the way, when should you think this alert should pop up? When the client clicks in the text box, and if he doesn't fill anything and he come out of this text box, then we are supposed to pop up this alert. And you might not be seeing the cursor. For that I'll use a container, div class container from Bootstrap. What it does is, it gets your entire controls in middle of the web page. Now valid, instead of valid we have another thing that I'll simply console log and we'll see, which is touched. If I save it, now see the output. If I click in this text box, it's false. If I click out and if I click in again, you see it's true. So the first time if I click in the text box, it's false. If I click in again, it's true. From there onwards it's true. So the first time when I do, the property will change. So I'll apply something like iname dot touched, and if I save both the files, the error is ng fine name. Okay, I'm missing a operator like ampersand. And okay, now if I click in over here and if I click out, then I'll see please fill the text box, and this looks good. And if I type something, gone. If I remove it, please fill the text box. So this is how you can perform a validation. We have similar properties that can be used for validation. We can do the console log and check the output. So value is checked, the current value in the input field. If I say value, you see the value that is available in the text box. Nothing. Now you see the value. Valid we just saw. Dirty, we'll use dirty now. If I save it, now if I click on it, false, false, and now true. Initially false. If typed something, then it is true, and opposite is pristine. Like if I say pristine, the opposite of dirty. And what does dirty do? Initially false, and if I type something and click on it, then it's true. Touched we saw. So these are some properties that are frequently used in performing validations on HTML controls.